2 years. You spend 2 years waiting underwater in darkness, and then you get 24 hours. Some of you get 1 hour. Some species, you get 5 minutes. 5 minutes to fly, to mate, to exist as an adult. And then you die. Welcome to life as a Mayfly, where your entire adult existence is a desperate sprint toward death. Okay, imagine spending your entire childhood and adolescence preparing for adulthood. Years of waiting, years of growing, years of anticipation, and then you finally become an adult and you get a day. Not even a full day for some species, hours, minutes. That's not enough time to explore. Not enough time to learn. Barely enough time to reproduce before your body just shuts down. That's a Mayfly. You're born to wait. You wait to fly. You fly to mate. You mate to die. Let me explain why having the shortest adult lifespan in the animal kingdom is existentially horrifying. All right, let's start with where you spend most of your life. Underwater. You hatch from an egg as a nymph, a small aquatic larva that looks like a weird underwater bug. And there you stay, underwater, for 1 to 2 years depending on the species. Some Mayfly species spend 3 years as nymphs. 3 years. That's your childhood. That's your adolescence. That's 99% of your entire life. And what do you do during this time? You crawl around on rocks and riverbeds. You eat algae and organic debris. You molt, repeatedly going through 20-30 instars as you slowly grow. You're surrounded by predators. Fish, frogs, salamanders, diving beetles, all of them want to eat you. So you hide. You burrow. You stay under rocks. You're not living. You're just existing, waiting for the one day you get to transform. And here's the cruel part. You're aware that this is temporary. Your biology is counting down to emergence, but you don't know when. You just know it's coming. So you wait for months, for years. In darkness, in danger, in anticipation. Imagine being a teenager for 2 years knowing that adulthood lasts 1 day. That's your existence as a Mayfly nymph. Then, finally, the trigger happens. Maybe it's water temperature. Maybe it's seasonal timing. Maybe it's some environmental cue. Whatever it is, your body says now. You swim to the surface. You've never been to the surface before. You've spent years on the riverbed, and you break through the water into AIR for the first time. Your nymphal skin splits. You pull yourself out. Your wings unfurl, and for the first time in your entire life, you're not underwater. You can fly. This should be the best moment of your life, freedom, flight, finally, experiencing the world above water. But there's a problem, the clock has started. Depending on your species, you now have 24 hours, or 6 hours, or 30 minutes. Some Mayfly species, like certain Delania species, have an adult lifespan of 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You waited 2 years for 5 minutes. That's not life. That's barely a chance to exist. And your body knows this. You don't have a functioning digestive system as an adult. You can't eat. Your mouth doesn't work. Your gut is either vestigial or filled with air to help you float. You're running on stored energy from your nymph stage, and that energy is finite. The moment you emerge, you're dying. Actively. Your body is already shutting down. You're not living as an adult. You're executing a pre-programmed sequence before system failure. So what do you do with your extremely limited time? You mate. That's it. That's your only goal. If you're male, you immediately fly to a mating swarm, usually hovering over water. Thousands of males all flying in synchronized patterns, waiting for females. It's an aerial dance, but it's not romantic. It's desperate. You're burning energy with every wing beat. Every second that passes is a second closer to death. And you're competing with thousands of other males for the few females that emerge. If you're female, you fly into the swarm and get swarmed immediately. Males grab onto you mid-flight. Mating happens in the air. It's fast, usually just a few seconds. And then you're done. If you're male, you've accomplished your biological purpose. Your body starts failing immediately. You fall from the sky and die. Maybe you make it to the ground. Maybe you die mid-flight and just drop. If you're female, you still have one task left, laying eggs. You fly low over the water and drop your eggs, hundreds or thousands of them, onto the surface. The eggs sink. They'll hatch into nymphs. The cycle continues. And then you die. Right there. Usually on the water or right after. Your body just stops. Wings give out. You collapse. And that's it. That's your entire adult life. For some species, emerge, mate, lay eggs, die, all in under an hour. You don't eat. You don't explore. You don't rest. You don't even have time to process what's happening. You're born, you fuck, you die. Let's focus on the most extreme species for a moment. The ones with 5-minute adult lifespans. 5 minutes. You emerge from the water. Wings dry for maybe 30 seconds. You fly, you find a swarm, hopefully it's close. You mate, maybe 10-15 seconds. You lay eggs if you're female. Another 30 seconds. And then you die. Total elapsed time, 5 minutes. You spent 730 days underwater for 5 minutes of flight. That's a ratio of 210-240.1. For every minute you're an adult, you spent 504 minutes as a nymph. In those 5 minutes, you're not enjoying them. You're in full biological panic mode. Your nervous system is firing on all cylinders. Every instinct is screaming, mate now, mate now, mate now. There's no consciousness of your own existence. No awareness of the beauty around you. No appreciation of flight. Just find mate, reproduce, die. You're a biological robot executing a program. And the program runs for 5 minutes. Oh, and here's something that makes it worse. When you first emerge from the water, you're not even fully adult yet. You're in a stage called subimago. You still have a thin membrane covering your body and wings. You're kind of fuzzy. You can fly but not well, and you have to molt one more time to reach full adult form. So you emerge. You fly to vegetation. You cling there. And you molt again. This process can take 24-48 hours for some species. Meaning, if you only have 24 hours total as an adult, you might spend half of it molting into your final form. By the time you're ready to actually mate, you might have 12 hours left. Or 6 hours, or less. Some mayflies die during this final molt. They get stuck. Or a bird eats them while they're vulnerable. You waited years, finally emerged, and died during your last transformation before you even got to mate. All that waiting, wasted. And let's talk about predators. Because you're extremely vulnerable as an adult. You can't eat, so you can't recover energy. You're weak. Your flight is erratic. And when mayflies emerge en masse, which they do, thousands at once, predators are waiting. Birds, bats, spiders, fish jumping from the water. They've been waiting for this. Some bird species time. Their breeding season to coincide with mayfly emergence because the feeding is so good. You're an aerial buffet, and because you're so desperate to mate, you don't even try to avoid predators. You just fly toward the swarm, hoping you make it. Many don't. You spend 2 years preparing to be eaten within minutes of becoming an adult. When mayflies emerge, they don't do it gradually. They do it all at once. Thousands, sometimes millions of mayflies emerging simultaneously. The strategy is the same as cicadas. Overwhelm predators with numbers so some survive to reproduce. But from your perspective, it's chaos. The sky is full of mayflies. The water surface is covered with molted skins. Males are swarming. Females are being mobbed. And everything is happening at maximum speed because everyone is on the same deadline. It's like the world's most desperate speed dating event combined with a mass death cult. Humans near these emergences report that the swarms are so thick they look like smoke. Cars have to use windshield wipers to clear dead mayflies. Streetlights get covered. Roads become slippery from crushed bodies. You're so numerous during emergence that you become an environmental hazard. And within 24 hours, it's over. The swarm disperses. The bodies pile up. Silence. It's like a brief glimpse of an alternate reality where mayflies dominated the sky, and then it's gone. Now here's the weird part. Despite your short adult life, you're ecologically crucial. As nymphs, you're a major food source for fish and other aquatic predators. As adults, you're a massive protein pulse for birds, bats, and spiders. Your dead bodies fertilize the soil near water. Your eggs replenish the next generation. You're a vital link in the ecosystem. Scientists use mayflies as indicators of water quality. If mayflies are thriving, the water is clean. If they're gone, pollution is a problem. So you're important. Necessary even. But you don't benefit from this importance. You're food. You're an indicator species. You're a brief protein explosion. But individually, you barely exist. Here's what makes being a mayfly existentially terrifying. You have time to know you're going to die. As a nymph, you're aware that emergence is coming. You can feel your body preparing. And when you emerge, your nervous system is sophisticated enough to register urgency. You know you're running out of time. Your entire biology is screaming it. But you can't extend it. You can't slow it down. You can't stop it. You emerge knowing you're going to die in hours. That's not life. That's a death countdown with wings. Most animals don't have this level of temporal awareness. They live in the moment. But mayflies? Your entire existence is structured around a deadline you can't escape. Your biologically programmed existential dread. So let's recap what it's like being a mayfly. You spend 1 to 3 years as an underwater nymph. Your entire childhood is waiting in darkness and danger. You finally emerge and have 24 hours max as an adult. Some species get 1 hour or 5 minutes. You can't eat as an adult, your mouth doesn't work. You're burning stored energy from the moment you emerge. Your only goal is to mate before you die. Males die immediately after mating. Females die immediately after laying eggs. You might spend half your adult life molting. Predators feast on you during emergence. Mass emergences look like apocalyptic swarms. You're ecologically important, but individually disposable. You're aware of your deadline the entire time. Mayflies are proof that life isn't about duration, it's about purpose. But when your purpose is exist for 5 minutes and die, that's not comforting. You're born to wait. You wait to mate. You mate to die. There's no time for anything else. No exploration, no rest, no existence beyond reproduction. You're a biological timer that hatches, ticks down, and stops. If you enjoyed learning about nature's shortest adult lifespan, smash that like button and subscribe for more Why It Sucks to Be videos. Coming up next, Why It Sucks to Be a Mosquito. Spoiler, everyone hates you. You're constantly getting swatted. Only females bite, males are useless. And you're one of the deadliest animals on Earth, but you die in days anyway. Drop a comment. Would you rather have 5 minutes as an adult or spend 30 years as a sterile slave? Both options are existential nightmares. Thanks for watching, and remember, at least your lifespan isn't measured in minutes.